Well, here we are at a barbecue. We're having plenty to eat here, and we'll be interviewing different people, and we'll be listening to Representative Timm Ormsby later on. Food cooking on the grill.
What we need.
There's a peace flag.
We need.
Eastern Washington voters organized this primary election eve barbecue for the people who registered to vote this year. We registered about 500 working class and low income and young people to vote between yesterday and early March. We found it a nicer way to ask, to call people up, to ask them to turn in their ballot, to then just say, hey, did you turn in your ballot? Please vote for Democratic candidates. To start up by saying, hey, I wanted to make sure you got your ballot and invite you to a free barbecue. And it made for a lot more pleasant conversations.
I see. So we're also going to be gifted with Timm Ormsby's golden tones later on, huh?
Yep. Timm is the only construction worker turned legislator in the state of Washington I'm aware of, and we're proud to have him represent us in the third.
My hat for the Eastern Washington voters whose primary objective is getting people involved in the political process and registering voters and getting people active in things that they feel passionate about, because it can certainly be an intimidating process if you're on the outside looking in. And I would just like to explain and use myself as an example about why that's not true, and that there aren't barriers for people that are interested in anything, feel passionate about something, and are looking for an outlet to change things, because that's what public policy does, that's what politics does. So there's two things that I think that were best suited me to be confident about making public policy, and that was, I came from a very big family. So my parents had 8 boys in 10 years. I was the number third one, and nobody got pampered. It was a struggle to put dinner on the table. It was a struggle to make sure everybody had tennis shoes when they needed them. And my dad was a public school teacher, and my mom stayed at home. And one week, she would do 15 loaves of bread and 10 loads of laundry. And the next week, she would do 15 loads of laundry and 10 loaves of bread. And we had bread at every meal because it was cheap. She would always say, eat the cheap food. And so that was the culture that I grew up in. The second thing that I really felt like prepared me for the public policy thing was being in construction. And it's a team sport, and you are relying on the other people's, like if you're looking at the Olympics, this is not an individual event. It's a team sport, and you're relying on the ability and the know-how and the teamwork abilities of your co-workers to be a little bit intimidating. I thought I needed to dress a certain way. I thought I needed to act a certain way. I was embarrassed that I had this beater 1989 Pontiac when I first started. I still have it. It still runs. Today it's not doing so good. The thermostat went out and leaked a bunch of stuff over the pavement, and I was thinking the environmental community would not be particularly happy with me at this point. But as soon as I was able to let go of all those things I thought I needed to do and just focus on the job and focus on the people that I was there to represent, it became much easier. So, well, no, I got the upside down deal. Everybody else in my family went to college. Everyone else, my parents were professionals. All of my siblings were professionals, and it wasn't what turned me on. I wasn't great at school. I wasn't great at learning through reading. My dad was an English teacher, and he used to tell a couple of us that had trouble. He would just say, if anybody asks you, tell them your old man drives trucks. Because really, you should be better readers than you are, actually. And you should be better writers than you are. And my spelling was atrocious. School wasn't my thing. But when I got into doing construction, that turned me on. I could actually see something being done. It was different in the evening or in the afternoon when I went home than it was in the morning. It was concrete, so it was actually in concrete. It was going to be there for a while. It wasn't theoretical or philosophical. It was a real thing. And And that taught me about don't go home until you've done something, until you've kind of advanced the cause, whether it's in public policy or on the construction site.
People love Timm Ormsby. I think a lot of people were impressed that an average person, a construction worker, could run for office and win a seat to the Washington State Legislature.
And what do you think most of the people are here? What do most of the people here want to learn? What do you think? Why are they here?
Well, the volunteers just came to hang out and meet other volunteers and socialize. But I think the people who registered to vote that showed up just wanted to actually meet a candidate face to face. And I told them a bit about Timm Ormsby on the phone, being a fighter for working class and low-income people, and not being your typical kind of candidate. And I think they were wanting something more from politics and politicians, and I think they found that in Timm Ormsby. Someone they can identify with.
So, and this is the message of the day. That is, register to vote and vote. The day before the election, August 7th. Today is August 6th, Monday, the day before the great event.